If you didn't think Miami Dolphins star wide receiver Tyreek Hill was serious about racing Noah Lyles, he made things official on Sunday. Hill posted above a video of Lyles speaking with former NFL stars Shannon, Sharpe and Chad Johnson, where he urged the sprinter to sign the contract and lock in that 50-yard race. Sharpe and Johnson brought up Hill recently, saying that he would beat Lyles in a race, to which the latter clapped back. "I'm gonna put it like this. Tyreek is just chasing clout," Lyles said. "Anytime somebody fast comes up, he says he wants to race him. If he really wanted to race people, he would have showed up like DK Metcalf." And the man raced in the 60 meters in the Masters division. The man dodges smoke. I don't got time for that. Lyles is referring to Metcalf, the Seattle Seahawks star receiver, participating in the USA Track and Field Golden Games 3 years ago, where he ran the 100-meter in 10:37. He came in 8th place, but many lauded his efforts after he said, "I think I did really well for myself." Hill, on the other hand, ran in the USATF Masters Indoor Championships last year in the 60-meter race, which he won. It was the first time Hill ran on a track in 9 years. After ripping Hill, Lyles said he would seriously consider a race with the Dolphins star if the proper channels are gone through. Hill appears to be saying there's a contract out there for a 50-yard dash, so the ball seems to be in Lyles' court now. The beef between Hill and Lyles began when the former made an appearance on the Up and Adams show, where he shot jabs at the fastest man in the world by mentioning the situation that occurred in Paris, where Lyles revealed he was diagnosed with COVID-19 after a poor showing in the 200-meter dash, his best event. Lyles ended up winning bronze. "Noah Lyles can't say nothing after what just happened to him," Hill said. "Then he want to come out and pretend like he's sick. I feel like that's horseradish. For him to do that and say that like we're not world champions of our sport, let's speak on what you know about, and that's track. I would beat Noah Lyles. I wouldn't beat him by a lot, but I would beat Noah Lyles. When I beat him, I'm going to put on a COVID mask and let him know I mean business." Hill went to social media later to say he likes his chances to run in 2028 in the Los Angeles Olympics. Hill ran track in high school, where his best 100-meter time was 10.19, while Lyles just won the event by photo finish at 9:79. It appears Lyles' comments were enough to elicit a response from Hill, who is considered to be one of the fastest players in the NFL. It certainly would be interesting to see him race Lyles, who earned multiple medals for the United States during his time in the Paris Olympics. Lyles' gold medal came in the 100 meters event, and his bronze came in the 200 meters. The Dolphins certainly would like it if Hill waited until after the NFL season to do any type of race with Lyles. The last thing Miami needs is for the star receiver to injure himself before or during the 2024 season. Since coming to Miami ahead of the 2022 season, Hill has had a ton of success playing with Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, putting up 1,710 receiving yards in the 2022 campaign and an NFL best 1,099 receiving yards last season. Hill also led the NFL in receiving touchdowns in the 2023 campaign with 13. A speed demon on the outside, Hill is known for taking the top off of defenses and stretching the field for his offense. Hopefully, he and Lyles can eventually settle their debate with a race in the future. Amid Tyreek Hill's challenge, Noah Lyles gives final verdict on being faster than Usain Bolt. Noah Lyles might have finally come to terms with who truly holds the title of the fastest man on Earth. After snagging Olympic gold in the 100 meters, Lyles was quickly crowned the world's fastest, but not without some backlash. NFL's cheetah, Tyreek Hill, even threw down the gauntlet, challenging Lyles, while others weren't shy about pointing out that the title of the fastest man ever still belongs to Usain Bolt. With his jaw-dropping world records of 9.58 seconds in the 100 meters and 19.19 seconds in the 200 meters, Bolt set a bar so high it's practically in orbit, and it stayed untouched for 15 years. Lyles, always up for a challenge, vowed to chase down Bolt's records as he geared up for the Paris Olympics. He even had dreams of bagging 4 Olympic golds to cement his track and field dominance, but fate had other plans. A bout of COVID-19 threw a wrench in his ambitions. While Lyles did clinch the 100-meter gold with a solid 9.79 seconds, it was still a ways off from Bolt's legendary mark. Recently, when asked about breaking that elusive 9.58 barrier, Lyles didn't sound too convinced, maybe even a little hesitant to claim the title for himself. Noah Lyles might be the fastest man today, but he's still tipping his hat to Usain Bolt's legacy. Noah Lyles dropped some truth bombs on the How to Believe in Yourself podcast, diving into the whirlwind that is the fastest man on earth debate. The Olympic gold medalist tackled the topic head-on, noting how the title gets tossed around between the world record holder, the Olympic champ, and the world champion. It's like a fast-paced game of tag where everyone's trying to claim the title. But one thing Lyles is sure of, the 9.58 mark is no walk in the park. When asked if he's faster than Usain Bolt, Lyles was pretty candid. Not currently, not currently. In the 200, I'm the third fastest man ever to live. I do feel I have great pride in saying that too. As you look through all history, you just wait. Since the Earth started, I am the third fastest man ever to live. Talk about a humble brag. As for breaking that 9.58 barrier in training, Lyles admitted that hand timers make it tough to get an exact read. However, he did recall a memorable moment when he clocked 9.5 seconds while practicing a 200-meter run, starting from the 150-meter mark and blasting the last 50 meters. Despite all the doubts and battling COVID-19, Noah Lyles shut them up by clinching gold in the 100 meters and bronze in the 200 meters, proving he's still a force to be reckoned with. But the drama didn't end there. The fastest man debate has spilled into other sports, with NFL star Tyreek Hill now challenging Lyles to a 50-meter showdown. Lyles puts the Tyreek Hill challenge in the spotlight. Previously on the Up and Adams show, Tyreek Hill threw down the gauntlet with a bold claim. I'm not going to beat him by a lot, but I would beat Noah Lyles. Bold words from a guy who's no stranger to full-throttle sprints. But things have gotten even spicier since then. Noah Lyles, not one to back down, playfully jabbed at Hill in a post by Jomboy Media. What's the cheetah guy from football? What's his name? I can't remember his name. What's the football player who thinks he's fast name? On the Nightcap podcast with Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ochocinco, Lyles called Hill's comments a bid for clout, saying, Tyreek is just chasing clout. Anytime somebody fast comes up, he says he wants to race them. If he really wanted to race people, he would have shown up like DK Metcalf. With a smirk, he added, the man dodges smoke, I don't got time for that. Naturally, Hill wasn't having it. He fired back on X, challenging Lyles to a 50-yard race, writing, sign the contract and lock in a 50-yard race. Hill's call for a shorter race didn't sit well with fans, who accused him of trying to manipulate the matchup. With the tension cranked up, it'll be interesting to see if Noah Lyles steps up to the plate. Given Lyles' Olympic gold and bronze medals and his title as the third fastest man in the 200 meters, do you think Tyreek Hill stands a chance? Noah Lyles' NFL controversy reignites as Miami Dolphins star drops new challenge after Paris Olympics. It looks like Noah Lyles' judgment day is finally here. Despite winning gold at the men's 100 meters dash at the Paris Olympics, the Florida native can't escape the controversy he created with his own hands. Last year, the sprinting sensation created quite a stir after his "World Champions of What?" comment directed at the NBA, and it looks like his words are catching up to him despite his efforts to outrun the drama. Ahead of the Paris Olympics, Lyles had claimed that he would be flying to the French capital with eyes on 4 gold medals. With that not happening in the City of Love, the Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill believes it's time Lyles faced the music. Noah Lyles' worthy opponent season opening. In a post on X by NBA Central, the 30-year-old NFL star was heard talking his mind about how Noah doesn't have any authority to take digs at Super Bowl champs. Referring to the sprinter's fumble at the men's 200 meters race at the French capital, Hill said, Noah Lyles can't say nothing after what just happened to him. You know what I'm saying? Didn't he want to come out and pretend like he's sick? I feel like that's like horseradish. For context, Lyles ran the longer distance with COVID-19 and managed to bag a bronze while he was one of the favorites to win the event. Not stopping just there, Tyreek also said that Lyles would be better off talking about things that fall within his area of expertise. For him to do that and say that we're not world champions, just speak on what you know about, said the football celebrity with a rather stern face. But even he couldn't let the matter slide without stirring the pot a little. On being asked whether he would like to take on the 27-year-old on the tracks, Hill said bluntly, I will beat Noah Lyles. I won't beat him by a lot, but I will beat Noah Lyles. While their prowess is yet to be verified, running icons from both the USA and the world have already weighed in on the debate of who will come out on top should Lyles and Hill lock horns. Legends from all walks of life have their say on the matter. Earlier this year, Tyreek talked about how he could have easily been a track and field star if his football prospect didn't work out as it has. Appearing in the Punchline podcast with Marlon Humphrey, Hill said, "I would have been the fastest man in the USA." However, in June, track legend Michael Johnson shut down Tyreek's hopes, claiming that the latter is not a formidable threat for any professional sprinter. Noting how his own project would bring the best track stars to the country, Johnson tried to put the debate to rest as he said, "While Tyreek is fast on the field against those DBs, he will not be able to stay with our Grand Slam track racers." Moreover, world record holder Usain Bolt also couldn't help but sneer when former NFL star Shannon Sharpe opined that Hill could take on the Jamaican phenom in a 40-yard dash. Taking to social media, Bolt retorted back saying, "Not even in a next universe." For months before the 33rd Olympic Games, Lyles had claimed that he would usurp Bolt's throne by hauling 4 gold medals in the City of Love, but Noah managing only 1 at the quadrennial tournament, being the target for jeers, was bound to happen, and Tyreek Hill wasn't one to let the opportunity go. Who do you think would triumph if these two sporting celebrities really did cross paths? Share your predictions with us in the comments section.
Sprinter Noah Lyles. He said that Super Bowl champs should not consider themselves world champions. What do you think of that?
Noah Lyles can't say nothing after what just happened to him. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to come out and pretend like he's sick. I feel like that's like horseradish. So for him to do that and say that we're not world champions of like our sport says come on, bro, just speak on what you know about, you know what I'm saying? And that's track.
Would you like to race him when he gets home?
I would beat Noah Lyles.
You think so?
I would beat Noah Lyles.
Like by a lot?
No, I wouldn't beat him by a lot, but I would beat Noah Lyles.
I'd like to see that happen.
And guess what? When I beat him, I'm going to put on a COVID mask and let him know I mean business, because I do mean business.
The thing that hurts me the most is that I have to watch the NBA Finals and they have world champion on their head. World champion of what? The United States? Don't get me wrong. I love the U.S. at times, but that ain't the world. That is not the world. We are the world. We have almost every country out here fighting, thriving, putting on their flag to show that they are represented. There ain't no flags in the NBA.
Noah Lyles, what's the biggest difference between Noah in Tokyo and Noah in Paris?
I'd say it's definitely the joy I have in my heart. It's a lot stronger. It's not depressed, and it's ready to go. It's ready to enjoy time and energy and to be in the moment here.
You're bringing us joy. How much are you enjoying that rivalry with Jamaica?
Hey, I'm here for anybody who wants to take the crown. Now that's what I'm all about, competitors and competing at the highest level.
Best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill is one of the fastest men in the NFL. He thinks he can outrun the fastest man in the world. Team USA's Noah Lyles won the 100 meters final at the Paris Olympics in a photo finish with a time of 9.79 seconds, just 0.21 seconds away from Usain Bolt's world record. However, Hill is the latest athlete to take a jab at the Olympic champion following his controversial comments about American sports leagues. "I wouldn't beat him by a lot, but I would beat Noah Lyles," Hill told Kay Adams on the Up and Adams show.
Sprinter Noah Lyles. He said that Super Bowl champs should not consider themselves world champions. What do you think of that?
Noah Lyles can't say nothing after what just happened to him. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to come out and pretend like he's sick. I feel like that's like horseradish. So for him to do that and say that we're not world champions of like our sport says come on, bro, just speak on what you know about, you know what I'm saying? And that's track.
Would you like to race him when he gets home?
I would beat Noah Lyles.
You think so?
I would beat Noah Lyles.
Like by a lot?
No, I wouldn't beat him by a lot, but I would beat Noah Lyles.
I'd like to see that happen.
And guess what? When I beat him, I'm gonna put on a COVID mask and let him know I mean business, because I do mean business.
Lyles, who has committed himself to growing the audience for track and field, has criticized North American professional sports leagues in the past for referring to their winners as world champions. You know, the thing that hurts me the most is that I have to watch the NBA Finals, and they have world champion on their head, Lyles said during the 2023 Track and Field World Championships in Budapest. World champion of what? The United States?
The thing that hurts me the most is that I have to watch the NBA Finals, and they have world champion on their head. World champion of what? The United States? Don't get me wrong. I love the U.S. at times, but that ain't the world. That is not the world. We are the world. We have almost every country out here fighting, thriving, putting on their flag to show that they are represented. There ain't no flags in the NBA.
Hill added that Noah Lyles can't say nothing after what just happened to him, and accused the track star of pretending he was sick after he finished third in the 200 meters. But could Hill actually beat Lyles in a race? There's no doubt Hill is lightning quick. He's a former track star at Coffee High School in Duluth, Georgia, and won both the 100 meters and 200 meters at the 2012 Georgia State meet as a junior. Cheetahs also reached a top speed of 22.01 miles per hour during Week 5 last season, the highest speed of any player all year. With that said, the numbers clearly back Lyles in a head-to-head foot race. Lyles' gold medal winning time in the 100 meters in Paris was 9.79 seconds. That bats Hill's best 100 meters time by nearly half a second, and easily bests his wind-aided time of 9.98 seconds. That may not sound like a lot, but 0.2 of a second in sprinting might as well be an age. Noah's top speed in the 100 meters Paris final was 27.84 miles per hour, over 5 miles per hour quicker than Hill's top speed last year. Granted, it's not an entirely fair comparison as Lyles is running in a perfectly straight line wearing specific running shoes, but it gives an insight into how quick they can go. One of Reek's best times in the 200 meters came in high school when he clocked 20.14 seconds. Lyles' bronze medal-winning 200 meters time in Paris, when he was battling COVID-19, was 19.70 seconds. His personal best in the 200 meters is 19.31 seconds. While Hill has undoubtedly got quicker since his high school days, there's no chance he's running the 200 anywhere close to that time. So no, unless Lyles is seriously compromised, Hill is not beating him in a 100 meters or 200 meters race. A potential rivalry between Tyreek Hill and Lyles has now led to a call by fans for the two athletes to race against each other. It would be interesting to see who comes out on top and earn the respect of their respective fan base. Ahead of this year's Olympic Games, the International Olympic Committee dropped all previous COVID-19 protocols, deciding that athletes and teams should be allowed to determine whether or not they were physically able to compete. The World Health Organization pointed out that cases of COVID were present among athletes at the Games, where at least 40 athletes tested positive for the virus, among those being Team GB's swimmer Adam Peaty, who tested positive less than 24 hours after his silver medal performance in the 100 meters breaststroke final. Despite spells of criticism, Lyles has embraced adding 2 more Olympic medals to his existing collection of a bronze from Tokyo 2020. After sharing an image of a negative COVID test, he was quick to celebrate his success with Team USA teammates, having been spotted partying in a Paris nightclub after the game's closing ceremony on Sunday. The beef between Noah Lyles and the NBA is getting even deeper.
Lyles made headlines after another one of his controversial statements came to light. In a June 27th article published by Time, it was revealed that the 27-year-old recently took a shot at Team USA star Anthony Edwards during the latter's Adidas shoe launch. The Time feature, written by Sean Gregory, shared a story about how Lyles was unhappy about being invited by Adidas to a shoe release event last year for Minnesota Timberwolves star Anthony Edwards. Both men are Adidas athletes. Lyles felt he was deserving of a signature shoe as well, and took a swipe at Edwards in the Time interview. When Lyles was negotiating an Adidas contract extension last year, the company, he says, threw him what it thought was a bone, Lyles responded when he was invited to Edwards' shoe release event. You want to do what? You want to invite me to an event for a man who has not even been to an NBA Finals in a sport that you don't even care about, and you're giving him a shoe? No disrespect. The man is an amazing athlete. He is having a heck of a year. I love that they saw the insight to give him a shoe because they saw that he was going to be big. All I'm asking is, how could you not see that for me? For most fans, this was Lyles taking a blatant shot at Edwards and the latter's lack of championship success in the NBA. The quote is 100% real, which makes this situation even more bizarre. No one could initially believe that Lyles would come up with such a statement. New York Knicks superstar Jalen Brunson caught wind of the quote, and the all-star point guard was left in disbelief at what he thought was a joke. Jalen Brunson joked that when he saw the quote, he thought it was coming from the infamous fake Twitter account NBA Centel, rather than the real page NBA Central. Gregory noted in the original interview that Lyles was in the middle of negotiating a contract extension with Adidas at the time that they invited him to Edwards' shoe release event. The two sides have since agreed to a new deal that stands as Adidas' most lucrative track and field contract in the post-Usain Bolt era, Gregory added. A six-time world champion in sprinting himself, Lyles is right that Edwards has yet to reach the mountaintop in his own league. But Edwards, still only 23, is an up-and-coming face of the NBA who is already far more marketable than any track and field star today. But don't try to convince Lyles of that, as there is clearly a strong mutual dislike between him and the NBA fraternity. Lyles also expressed his desire for a personalized sneaker deal, noting that there is greater financial potential in the sneaker market compared to spikes. I want my own shoe, Lyles stated in an interview, adding, ain't no money in spikes. Lyles recently signed a groundbreaking contract extension with Adidas, which is rumored to be the most lucrative in track and field since Usain Bolt's deal with Puma. The possibility of a signature Noah Lyles sneaker could represent a significant moment for the brand moving forward. Lyles has designs on fixing this issue. He swears he can be bigger than Bolt. Yeah, why not, he says. That's my plan.
Yeah, everybody knows Usain Bolt. Great guy, great guy. I
love him.
Fastest. Yeah, I want to be faster than that.
Yeah.
But it's not just, good enough to be faster than that. You also have the medals to go with it. Okay, well, he's won 3 already, and he has the world records when he did it. Okay, what do you got to do to be better than that? You got to get 4.
Okay.
Nobody's done 4.
Okay.
Now you're going on the Mount Rushmore. Now you're the greatest of the great.
Wow.
That's where I'm trying to attain.
No.
While Bolt is an icon by dint of hailing from Jamaica, he couldn't, or at least wasn't willing to, grow track and field in the U.S. I have the personality, I have the speed, I have the showmanship, says Lyles. I have the marketing mindset. I'm willing to be uncomfortable.
You don't want to just win gold medals.
Oh, no. 1 is too little.
You said that you're looking to come home with 4.
4.
4, but that's never been done.
That's why I want to do it so badly.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. But what competitions are they? What are they? 100?
So we have the 100 meters.
Okay.
And we have the 200 meters.
Yep.
Then we have the relays, the 4x1, and then the one I'm trying to add to the list is the 4x4.
Now, what makes you go, well, I want to add this extra pressure in my life?
Everybody knows Bolt. You guys know Bolt, right?
Yeah, Usain Bolt.
Everybody knows Usain Bolt. Great guy.
I love him.
Fastest. Yeah, I want to be faster than that.
Yeah.
But it's not just, good enough to be faster than that. You also have the medals to go with it. Okay, well, he's won 3 already, and he has the world records when he did it. Okay, what do you got to do to be better than that? You got to get 4.
Okay.
Nobody's done 4. Okay. Now you're going on the Mount Rushmore.
And in March, he did a pair of shoots with Adidas, filmed a spot for Visa, and did another shoot for Omega. Between training sessions and running in a meet, he wants to host Saturday Night Live. In track and field, the 100-meter race has traditionally been considered the greatest test. The world record holder is dubbed the world's fastest man for a reason. With the recent successes, Noah Lyles is determined to firmly assert this position. Lyles became the fastest man in the world when he set a personal record in the 100 meters with a time of 9.83 seconds in the World Championships in Budapest, Hungary the previous year. I've always known that I was the world's fastest man, but now you guys know it, claimed Lyles. Now, Noah Lyles is setting the record straight. Lyles has released a statement in an attempt to calm the social media storm. This is a rumor going around that I did not go to Anthony Edwards' shoe release because he didn't deserve it, Lyles said on X. That is not the case. He definitely deserves his shoes. He is an amazing player. The problem was finding time based on my prior engagement. Congrats on becoming an Olympic champion. The part of the interview where he called out Adidas for giving Ant a lavish signature shoe deal over him went viral. But the other half, where he acknowledged Edwards as a superb player, didn't receive any traction. In other words, it appears that Lyles only has a gripe with Adidas in this case, not Edwards. At any rate, his clarification prompted various sorts of responses. One of the fans urged him to shut down the noise, stating, "They hate you because they ain't you. Don't let them bring you down, man." Meanwhile, another fan refused to believe his clarification, saying, "That's not what you said in that interview." Lyles has built a negative image among various NBA fans for his comments last season. He had termed NBA players arrogant for labeling themselves as world champions after winning an NBA championship.
The USA Basketball have fired back at Noah Lyles after the 100-meter champion made comments questioning their claim of being the sport's world champions. The beef between America's basketball titans and sprinting sensation dates back to August 2023, when Lyles mocked the NBA for calling their annual playoff winners world champions.
And they have world champion on their head. World champion of what? The United States?
The 27-year-old sprinter questioned how the league could make such a claim when all its teams are based in the US, with just one coming from Canada. But after Team USA held off hosts France 98-87 to win Olympic gold in the men's basketball finals on Saturday, the champions' social team took the opportunity to deliver a clapback they presumably believed would shut down the debate between them and Lyles once and for all. "Are we the world champs now?" A caption read above a picture of the full squad on X. But any self-adulation would have quickly evaporated as social users took community notes to remind them they were technically still not world champions, rather Olympic champs. They pointed out to the fact the current world champions are actually Germany, who won the FIBA World Championship in September 2023, a competition the US finished fourth in. Team USA will have to win the next FIBA World Championships, which will be held in Qatar in 2027, to be legitimately able to call themselves world champions. Fans on social were in disbelief, with one replying to USA Basketball, "No, because you won the Olympic Games, not the World Basketball Championship. Shouldn't be that hard." Another simply put, "There's no way it's this difficult to understand." Lyles, who is both an Olympic champion and three-time world champion, started the tete-a-tete when claiming the US should be more modest in its claims about being called world champions. He made the comments to press last year saying, "Don't get me wrong, I love the US at times, but that ain't the world. That is not the world. We are the world. We have almost every country out here fighting, thriving, putting on they flag to show that they are represented. There ain't no flags in the NBA. NBA teams compete for a city or a state, like the Los Angeles Lakers or Utah Jazz. Some teams have jersey colors that resemble their city's flag, like the New York Knicks. Yet, Lyles took the NBA's claim of calling the winners of the Larry O'Brien Trophy world champions. British broadcaster Piers Morgan said, who was best known in the United States for his stint as a judge on America's Got Talent, "The cojones of this guy calling out NBA stars for pretending to be world champions when they're not, then beating the world to be Olympic 100-meter champion, are gigantic. Congrats, Noah Lyles. You talk the talk and just walk the walk." Morgan continued with several hand clap emojis. The NBA is not the only American sports league to use the moniker, with the NFL and MLB also calling each season's victor a world champion. The MLB has one team not based in America, while none of the NFL's 32 franchises reside outside the United States. Noah Lyles had all of NBA Twitter hate watching him because of an objectively correct statement and pulled it off. NBA Twitter tuned in for a Noah Lyles hate watch and came up empty-handed, "Let's freaking go," another person said on X. This was not the first time that they took a shot at the sprinter. After winning the semifinals against Serbia, they took a shot at Lyles, suggesting they do not play for bronze. Noah Lyles ended up with bronze despite talking trash. He would destroy his opponents in the 200 meters finals at this Olympics. USA Basketball could further taunt Lyles if the women's team wins gold too. Compared to what transpired in the men's games, the women are on a different level. They have won 7 straight gold medals and will look to make it 8 tonight. If they win again, it will mean that the best female basketball players in the world are part of the WNBA. Although that is already a foregone conclusion, it will make for a fitting end to the entire World Champs controversy.
That is not the world. We are the world. We have almost every country out here fighting, thriving, putting on their flag to show that they are represented.
While his shot at Team USA was controversial, Lyles showed up on the track at the Paris Olympics, winning the 100-meter dash in an epic finish, leaning forward at the finish line to beat Jamaica's Keshane Thompson by 0.005 seconds.
Clean start and what a race, a huge roar from the expectant crowd. Great start from Coleman, we expect that. Can Lyles come through? It's very, very tight. It's Noah Lyles! The champion roars once more!
Lyles later said even he was surprised to finish first. We were waiting for the names to come out, and I'll be honest, I went up to Thompson and I said, "I think you got it right, you son of a bitch." Lyles told reporters after the race via ESPN, "Something told me I needed to lean and I thought, I'm going to lean because this is the type of race."
You know, he was out there in lane 4 and I was in lane 7 and I couldn't really see what was going on over there. So I just had to keep, running like I was going to win it. And, something said I need to lean.
Lyles' bid for another gold medal in the 200 meters was derailed when he tested positive for COVID, but he was still able to compete and win bronze. The sprinter said afterward that he was proud of his achievement. "Honestly, I'm more proud of myself than anything. To win a bronze medal despite having COVID," he said via USA Today. Noah Lyles now has confirmed that he is now COVID-free after he was forced to withdraw from the 4x100 relay at the Paris Olympics, as detractors criticized the superstar on social media. "I have asthma, allergies, dyslexia, ADD, anxiety, and depression." Noah Lyles was grappling with his inner demons when he clinched his first Olympic medal 3 years ago in Tokyo. However, he came back stronger in the years that followed, hoping to redeem himself on the world's biggest stage. The 27-year-old made a promise to America to break the 20-year-old 100-meter medal drought at the French capital. As he stepped onto the purple tracks, all eyes were on him. Even though he was battling 6 medical conditions, the Olympian stayed true to his word. Despite a late start, he caught up to the favorite Keshane Thompson and Fred Kerley, claiming his first Olympic gold medal in front of a raucous crowd in Stade de France. Lyles' mother, Keisha Kane Bishop, was in the stands. She watched her son speed past the finish line with tears streaming down her face. Many eagle-eyed fans had even noticed her fresh manicure featuring both the Jamaican and American fans. Post being crowned as the new Olympian 100-meter champion, Noah Lyles went on to celebrate his win on X. He wrote, "I will tell you that what you have does not define what you can become. Why not you?" After soaking in the moment, Keisha spoke to Hearst Television about how she hopes people take one thing away from his win. "I just want our experience to encourage somebody else. That kid might have asthma, or ADHD, or dyslexia, or a single mom. Like, we want you to know that when you start is when you finish," she said.
Well, how are you doing? Because this is not easy to be an Olympic parent.
I told myself I'm not going to be a wreck. I told him that he was born for such a time as this. This moment was created for him. I told him to have fun, that we love you, but he already knows that. And just go out there and do what you do. I just tell people I want our experience to encourage somebody else. Like, that's what I really want. Some kid who might have asthma or ADD or dyslexia or a single mom, like, we want you to know it's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Keisha Kane Bishop ran through the bowels of the Stade de France with an understandably frantic look on her face. Her son, Noah Lyles, had been removed from the track moments earlier on a wheelchair. She was trying to find him after he took 3rd in the men's 200-meter dash at the 2024 Paris Olympics, but looked unwell afterward. Beside her was NBC track and field reporter Lewis Johnson. As they dashed down a hallway, Johnson turned around and gestured with his hands, making a wheelchair motion toward a volunteer who pointed him in the direction of the venue's medical center. Johnson later described Kane Bishop as distraught during his update on Lyles' condition. The 100-meter Olympic champion received medical attention on the track and was breathing heavily. Lyles has asthma. Concurrently, a rumor started floating through the mixed zone. Lyles had COVID-19. Soon enough, the news was breaking everywhere. Johnson ran back the way he came from toward his NBC camera station while speaking on his cell phone. Athletes from other events and those who took part in the 200 began trickling through the mixed zone. Some, particularly those who competed shortly after the men's 200, were clueless about the news cycle that had just begun. Noah? I didn't know, wow, said Jasmine Jones, who finished 4th in the women's 400-meter hurdles. That's crazy. Congratulations to him. He's fantastic for that. That's really impressive. Congratulations. Hats off. Yeah. Wow. I didn't know that. That's because, Lyles later said while speaking with a mask on in the mixed zone, the circle of people who did know he tested positive Tuesday was small. Just his family, his doctor, and his coaches. Not even his teammates knew. He raced in the 200-meter semifinals Wednesday. I was going to compete regardless, Lyles said. If I didn't make it to the 200 finals, that would have been the sign not to compete. Lyles showing up to the mixed zone came as a surprise. His publicist informed the media he would not be speaking and that the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee, along with World Athletics, would be releasing statements. He disappeared from the cameras only to suddenly pop up again on NBC. He entered the mixed zone shortly thereafter. To be honest, I'm more proud of myself than anything, coming out and getting a bronze medal with COVID, Lyles said. Overwhelmingly, the other athletes cared little that Lyles competed with the virus. The winner of the race, Letsile Tebogo of Botswana, first noticed something was wrong with Lyles on Wednesday. He noticed that the 27-year-old was wearing a mask and that the protection remained on his face during the pre-finals warm-ups. Not in his best shape, Tebogo said. He's going through something. A reporter then informed him that Lyles had COVID. Who said that? Tebogo replied. Lyles did. I don't think he put anybody at risk, Tebogo said. The most laid back about the night's drama was Kenny Bednarek, the silver medalist in the 200. From what I heard, he's got something that went on, so I don't really know what's going on with him, Bednarek said. I mean, I will probably talk to him after this to see if he's okay, which I hope so. But yeah, like for me, I don't really know. I'm kind of out of the loop. Bednarek hugged Lyles after the race and said he was unbothered by Lyles' decision to race. I'm healthy, Bednarek said. I do everything I can to make sure my body's healthy. Bednarek was asked if he had noticed an uptick of colds circulating throughout the athletes' village. There was a message that came out saying there was something going around, he said, but I haven't seen it. I guess I'm carefree. Lyles said he'd rate his health anywhere from 90 to 95% out of 100, though he wrote on Instagram late Thursday he believes, "This will be the end of my 2024 Olympics." He was expected to run in the 4x100-meter relay. He knew that he had one blow and that it could be used over those 200 meters. That didn't stop him from putting on his customary pre-race show as he bounded out of the tunnel when his name was called over the stadium's loudspeakers during introductions. He bounced all over the track and even knocked over Lane 5's marker near the starting block in excitement. It wasn't long before Lyles took bronze in his best event, and he laid on the ground looking up at the sky. Then came the wheelchair and a concerned mother looking for her son, trying to make sure he was okay. Even though Lyles' mother has been his biggest cheerleader, there once was a time where she wasn't entirely on board with his dreams. Lyles used to struggle with asthma as a child and spent years trying to overcome it. However, when he told her he wanted to go professional in 10th grade, Keisha wasn't too keen on letting him shift his focus from academics just yet. But when he proved that he was willing to put in the work in 2016, she knew Lyles would be okay.
So we were at the Olympic trials in June. It seems so long ago now, but it was just in June. And it was the morning of the finals of the 200 meters for Noah. And the whole year we have been hearing so much negativity about how he didn't look the same anymore, and is he actually going to make the team, and just all of these horrible things that the media was saying and social media is saying and things like that. So I said, Noah, let's do breakfast. So the morning of the finals, we go and do breakfast. And I said, this is the deal. I said, I heard TD Jake say something really powerful. And he said, when you grow up in certain communities, you hear statistics like, you're not gonna live past 25, or you're gonna end up in jail by a certain age, or you're gonna develop high blood pressure or diabetes, and that's your fate. And he said, well, people saying that is not the worst thing about it. The worst thing about it is when you believe it. And so I told him, there are people saying, oh, is Noah gonna make the Olympic team? Oh, is he gonna be the same Noah this, and all these negative things. I said, but we can let them say whatever they want to say, as long as we don't believe it. Because we write our story. They don't. Their job is to sell newspapers, and we're gonna let them do their job. Our job is to create our own life story. And he went out and he won that race. And it took a lot of pressure off of him. But I think the main thing I wanted him to know was, don't let other people determine your narrative. So that was the expectation part. Another thing I always want my children to know is, it does not matter what in the world is going on outside the doors of our house. You can come home, and that is a safe place. Because the higher up you go in life, or the higher the career ladder you go up, the more your underwear shows. But it's okay. We could wash your underwear at home. So we good.
Keisha was worried about the 27-year-old after his experience at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. The lack of an audience had left the sprinter rattled. When I see him now, I worry about what's going to happen when the lights and the cameras go away, because it's almost like an adrenaline rush that you get. Before he stepped into the 100-meter finals, Keisha told Lyles to take it all in and have fun. The sprinter went on and did so much more than that. He won.